Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is the best show ever here. Tyrone Johnson, Ricky Batalico, Sylvana Kelleher, and it's another edition of Educating the Elders, but it's another curveball because this time Ricky and I will be asking Sylvana questions from our life. Now, the majority of you, I think, are going to know these things, but I have a feeling that Sylvana may know one, maybe two of these things total.
Okay.
I'm going to start with a sports one from when I think I was only about 12 years old. So definitely not too old. What happened in the Olympics that caused the dream team to be formed?
Is it hockey related?
It is not.
I have no idea.
Okay, we start with a sportsman. So what happened was, everyone knows about the first dream team with Jordan. You are aware of the first dream team, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know why I was thinking like Miracle. Wasn't there something?
Miracle on Ice.
Wasn't there something about that?
That was just 1980.
That was just the 1980.
What am I thinking of? Like Russian.
They were because they beat the Russians in the gold medal game. No, it was actually.
All right, that's what I was thinking of.
Right. So what happened was, it was at the point where in the Olympics, everybody else in the world were sending their professionals to play against college kids, such as former Sixer Hersey Hawkins, who was on that Olympic team, and the Admiral David Robinson. You remember David Robinson from the Spurs? Anyway, every other country who was sending their pros, and America got the bronze medal for the first time. There had been a contested silver, and that's when the NBA said, you know what, enough of this. We're going to put our pros in, and you saw what happened with Jordan and Barkley and Magic and Larry Bird happened. But what happened was the whole world was sending pros except for us. And when they beat us, we finally said enough is enough. And that's how you got the dream team.
All right, here's one. You probably will know this. Who was Evel Knievel and what did he do?
Oh, shoot.
That's a good one, Ricky.
Yep.
I've heard of this name.
You should have.
This is
he's got a son that was doing the same thing
that you've seen. Yeah, yes. That happened during your time.
I don't know. I don't even have a guess, but the name I've heard.
He was a motocross guy who used to jump everything.
Stunts.
Buses. He used to jump the fountains in Las Vegas, and then he tried going over the Grand Canyon in a rocket.
He broke almost.
What is he jumping on?
A motorcycle.
Okay.
Until the rocket thing, which I'm not really sure what that was.
Yeah.
Okay, I've heard of that.
And he fell a lot of times, broke a lot of bones, but he kept living through the stunts. People used to, it was a big deal.
They literally had a toy where you crank up the motorcycle and you let it go down the street.
Why was the name Evel Knievel?
That was his name.
Anyone know the reasoning? No, that's his literal name?
Evel Knievel was his name.
That's his legal name.
I don't know about legal, but that's the one he used.
I feel like with a name like that, there's got to be some type of backstory. You guys don't know the backstory?
No, because his son ended up doing the same stuff. He was another Knievel. I think Knievel was the real name. I think he just wanted it to rhyme. Because Knievel, I believe, was his real last name.
Okay. I mean, that sounds real.
It is real.
It is
real. No, I meant the last name sounds real, but someone named Evil does not sound real, but the last name sounds real.
You mean like actor Rip
I've
Torn?
I've heard of it.
Well, I mean,
what a name.
Like, in all honesty, there's like stories on him, like even online you can go to, actually on TV, I know there's like a documentary on his life.
Haven't seen it. Maybe I'll be interested in seeing it.
Okay.
The rocket, though, sounds familiar. The human rocket.
He tried jumping a canyon, the Grand Canyon. Didn't work, though.
Now, I thought it was Blackwater Canyon.
It was near it was Snake River Canyon.
There it is, Snake River Canyon. All right. What was the Roots miniseries?
Was this music related?
No. I mean, I'm just saying.
That was a good question. I'll give her that.
I have no idea.
The Roots miniseries was a huge event, huge event. Alex Haley wrote a book about it. It got adapted, and they was talking about his family's lineage from Africa into America as slaves, and it got huge ratings, and it introduced the world to LeVar Burton, who became the Reading Rainbow guy, and he was the guy from Star Trek. You know who LeVar Burton is?
No.
Oh, my God. He's done a lot of shows. Especially kid shows.
He plays
Kunta Kinte
in the movie. Right, Reading Rainbow. You don't know nothing about Reading Rainbow.
It doesn't sound familiar.
How is that possible? Like, this
I
is
don't
what I mean.
know.
How is that possible? I understand that you don't have to have seen every episode, but there was a whole song that most people could probably sing some of it.
Most people your age or my age?
Most people.
I don't know about
Dylan can. Dylan could.
Me and Dylan are different generations.
Not that far apart. We're
But
talking like
it's a different
7 years
generation.
apart. You're like
That's
7 years apart.
It's a different generation.
Ricky and I are more than 7 years
Yeah.
apart, and we both know who it is, what it is.
I think you're both in the same generation though.
How is that possible? How is Ricky more further apart age?
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Ricky and I are further apart age than you and Dylan. Yet you guys are different generations, and Ricky and I are the same.
What's your generation, Boomer?
I don't know.
It's about as. What I'm saying is, I know
Is
how
it?
old.
No, man.
I know how old Ricky is. I know how old I
Are you a
am.
millennial?
I know.
You can't be
Yeah.
a
But
millennial.
No.
Maybe you're a
the
boomer.
point is,
When is you're wrong?
his age gap, the age gap between Ricky and I, is larger than the age gap between Dylan and you. Therefore, it's fair game. You can't say we're the same generation if you and Dylan aren't. And Dylan does know it. And since we're the same generation, your generation knows it.
Yeah. Okay. Here's one you got to get. Monchichi.
There you go.
What do I know? Is it music related?
No.
That's going to be your question for every
I don't
single
know,
one.
it sounds like
there is a song that goes with it, but no.
Monchichi?
Yeah.
Is
It's a
it
Monchichi.
a toy?
Yeah, kind of.
Is it something dancing?
No.
I have no idea.
It's just a little doll. The song goes Monchichi, Monchichi, oh so soft and cuddly. It's a little doll.
What kind of doll?
Weird looking monkey looking doll.
Oh my gosh! I was gonna guess. It's not the one with the tambourine, is it?
No. This one? No, the little monkey that does that now.
Okay, yeah, I didn't.
You're on a roll.
All right. I think this one is one that a lot of people could get. Could you name the main characters from Gilligan's Island?
Do you know Gilligan's
I've
Island?
heard of Gilligan's Island.
What do you mean you heard of it?
All right. Let's go newer. All right. There was a show with the guy who's gotten himself in trouble from the city of Philadelphia that was, for multiple years, the #1 show on television. Could you name the original main characters from The Cosby Show?
Bill Cosby.
That's one.
Well, he's not. Nope, he's not one of the characters. He was not. He was Heathcliff Huxtable.
Yeah, it was
Bill Cosby. They only called it The Cosby Show because it was Bill Cosby. They weren't the Cosbys. They were the Huxtables. Could you name 3 of the characters? Could you name 2 of the characters? And I already gave you Heathcliff Huxtable.
The characters, not the actors.
The characters. Or hell, you know what? Or the actors. If you can you name 3 of the actors? Bill Cosby and 2 other actors from originally from.
Can
the
I have a
Cosby
hint?
Show. Okay. He had a wife. Hold on. And then he had 4 kids.
Will Smith.
No, that's the Fresh Prince.
That's the first. Okay, you had
Doesn't he have 4
Claire
kids?
Huxtable. Rudy Huxtable was the youngest. Vanessa, they had 5 kids actually. Sandra,
This is the characters.
Lisa?
yes. Lisa Bonet was
Lisa
Denise. And Malcolm Jamal Warner was Theo. The show was big enough to have a spinoff that went on to be a top 5 show as well.
Which
A-
was?
a different world.
Let me just give her one that she's going to get. You're going to get this. What
You
is
don't
it?
know
Chia
this.
Pet.
I gave you a Chia Pet.
Yeah, you can't
It's the
do
one
that.
with-
Did you?
Yes,
She did,
remember
so
we
that's a
did the
previous
Chia
one.
Pet.
How about a Weeble?
It's a weasel.
Yeah,
Dylan knows it.
Is a weasel.
No, it's just a little toy that looked like an egg-shaped thing, but it always sat on its bottom because it had a little weight on it. So it was just a little play toy.
They wobble,
It was
but they don't.
Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
I don't know.
Do you know
Okay.
Fisher
Okay,
Price is?
how about
Yes.
this one? Now here's one I think you'll get. Name like 3 characters from the show Friends.
Yes.
Boom, there you go, from Friends.
Rachel?
That's on every day.
That's one.
Uh-huh.
You got one.
That's on
There's
all the
another
time
R
still.
in there.
That's on all the time still. All the time. And it's on Max the Street.
Ross?
Yes.
Ross. I mean, we should have some form of time limit. So
One of them just died not too long ago.
that's right. Rest in
Well,
peace.
I know, I can't remember his name. It wasn't Matt, was it?
No, the character was not Matt. You have to name the
His
character.
name was Matt.
Not the one that passed away.
No, one of them though.
Yeah, his real
Phoebe.
name. There you
Yes.
go. Whew. All right.
Pulled that one out of my rear end real quick.
So
Oh my goodness.
What? I just got that one last minute. You don't know? You never heard of that?
I feel
metaphor?
like you were over the time, but we'll award that one so that you don't go over the whole day. That was the latest episode of Educating the Elders.
Brutal. Tough crowd.
If you knew some of those, let us know in the comments. And
if you're my age or my generation,
no, your generation, Dylan's your generation. He got a bunch
what
of
am I,
those.
Gen Z?
Dylan got a bunch of those.
Dylan
got
is a
most of
millennial.
You know what? You got to stop doing that. You can't use that as an excuse. Why can't you just say you don't know stuff? That would seem more likely.
What generation?
Anyway, we're Ricky and I are different generations. You're going to look bad if you do this. It's not going to help you.
What's your birth year, Dylan? You can mouth it. What is it?
Best show ever, 97.5.
The Fanatic.
97.5.com.
Yeah.
What else?
The Fanatic.
He's a millennial. I'm a Gen
Sports
Z.
Philadelphia.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching our YouTube. If you want to help us out, go ahead and like and subscribe for us. If you liked what you saw, go right over here to our playlists and pick out whatever you want to watch.